Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this video finds you well wherever you are. Maybe you could let me know where you are watching us from so that we can connect. Kenyans could be coming to terms with the reality that President William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga could have formed a working formula, a win-win situation where Kenya will help Raila with campaigns in his bid to become the chairman of the African Union Commission, and William Ruto on their side, whether mischievous or not, would want Raila outside the local political limelight. After Uhuru Kenyatta, Raila, and Yoweri Museveni shared pictures of their meeting in Uganda, people have reacted differently, and from all indications, both the Azimio and some of the very close allies of William Ruto and Gachagua have not welcomed the idea of these people working together. And if there is one person who painted a picture of exactly what the Kenya Kwanza team feel and the mischief behind Ruto and Raila dalliance, is none other than Dennis Itumbi. Dennis Itumbi gave us a tweet that has really given us what they feel. And I want us to look at Dennis Itumbi's communication and try to dissect it. But before we see Dennis Itumbi's tweet, ladies and gentlemen, I still want to remind you of Maureen's 100 shillings challenge. As you can see there, this is Maureen, a mother of one. Maureen is a family of this channel, a member, who got a domestic job in Lebanon. Unfortunately, she landed in the hands of a cruel employer who tortured her, and she really got physical injuries. She had to be flown back to the country for security reasons before she healed. Now she's grounded. There's nothing she can do. As you can see the pictures there, she's grounded. She can't do anything. She got pelvic fractures and she has not healed well. She's also traumatized. So she contacted me to try and talk to the members. Anybody who will get this message and you feel touched, please give Maureen anything that you have, 50 shillings, 100 or more, so that we can help the family. She needs to go back to the hospital, and currently she's really grounded. There's nothing she can do, and she got a young child there. So please help a friend. Let us make a difference in her life. As we speak, I've got 10,150 as at the time I'm doing this video. If we could get more, if it can reach, even if we can get another 10,000 or anything, because I'm handing the money on Friday. So we still have today's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I will hand over whatever we have, and thank you in advance. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what Itumbi tweeted. And I want you to, as we read it, I want you to connect very keenly, because you will understand the fallacy, the pain, and the mischief behind Statehouse and what they feel. Itumbi says, President Kibaki, in his second term, had a handshake with Raila Odinga. He became the prime minister. William Samoei Ruto was the man at the Serena talks. President Uhuru, in his second term, had a handshake, made Raila Odinga a failed, and failed is written in capital letters, a failed presidential candidate. In his first term, William Samoei Ruto is making Raila Odinga the president of presidents. Without a handshake, and I want you to look at that, without is written also in capital letters, without a handshake. William Samoei Ruto does not like being praised for what he considers doing right. But on this one, I must tweet for the record. Genius move. That is the communication from Dennis Itumbi. In a quick rejoinder, someone called Anwar Sadat reacted and told Itumbi this. There is obviously a working arrangement between the president and ODM leader. Whatever you call it, it is immaterial. Question is, why do you come across as bitter because of this arrangement? And Dennis Itumbi said there, that is what you would wish. However, I am happy man, very happy. I congratulated Baba Kitambo. That very short tweet, ladies and gentlemen, carries the weight of what the Kenya Kwanza feels about the relationship or the newfound dalliance between Raila Amolo Odinga and William Samoei Ruto. Number one, because I want us to dissect this very keenly. Kindly subscribe to our channel if you're watching for the first time, or if you are a regular viewer but you have not yet subscribed. Click the notification bell to allow YouTube to notify you whenever we do a video like this. You can help us share our videos, and you can also give us a thumbs up on this video so that it can reach many people. To all our subscribers, I'm not taking your subscription and support for granted. I want to thank you in a very special way. Let us dissect Itumbi, because this is not Itumbi talking, but it carries the thoughts and feelings of all the Kenya Kwanza team. Itumbi tells us that Kibaki made Raila a prime minister, and he adds that William Ruto was the man at Serena Talks. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes we want to forget about certain part of the history that has really made people sick. In 2007, Raila won. Whoever was there during that period knows very well that Raila won by a majority. That was not even stealing election. That was robbing. For those people who went to bed when Raila was leading by over 1 million votes, by the time they were waking up, that gap had been reduced to 200,000. And Makiu, Tarakaniti had not come, Juja had not come, but Raila's strongholds, almost 80% had come. And they did it very deliberately, that they waited for Raila's strongholds so that they could now see how much do we add. It is a part of history that people do not want to hear. Had Raila become a president in 2007, we wouldn't have been where we are today. William Ruto was not the only person at Serena Talks, and whoever came up with this was the American government, who came in very fast after Ranabaga, the then ambassador to Kenya, just like Meg Whitman, congratulated Kibaki. And then when they realized that Kenya was burning, Mombasa was burning, Rift Valley was burning, it was the country against one tribe. That is the reality. And then they forced a working formula where Raila became a prime minister. I don't think Raila wanted to become a prime minister. And if there is one weakness that Raila will die with, is his magnanimity, the ability to work with his political nemesis, and his being a statesman. That is one weakness that he cannot shelve. And it is the reason why becoming a president has become a problem. But with that, he saves very many lives when people fight. Ruto actually did not even want Raila to accept defeat, or whatever Kibaki called defeat. He wanted them to go to the full swing so that Raila could be sworn in. We must accept that this was forced on us by Americans. Ruto did not make Raila prime minister. What I understand though, and I agree, is that Ruto was supposed to be a prime minister. Raila was supposed to be president, Mudavadi deputy or vice president then, and Ruto prime minister. So he did not make him. This was forced on them. Number two, he tells us that Uhuru in his second term had a handshake with Raila, and he made him a failed presidential candidate. And failed is written In capital letters, Raila did not fail. He was not a failed presidential candidate. If you think I'm lying, I want us to open that server, because it doesn't matter what Raila says, what Itumbi says, what the IEBC says. The truth is hidden in that server. If that server would be opened today, then you'd know. I personally believe and trust that Raila won. So by telling us that Raila was a failed presidential candidate, it is wrong. What perturbs me though is just how Uhuru lost the control of the deep state. But I know that was a higher power. There was a higher power, higher than that of Uhuru Kenyatta. Meg Whitman in Bomas, and they told Uhuru, we made you president in 2013 and 2017, stay out of succession politics. And Ruto, together with his cronies, took over. So Raila was not a failed presidential candidate, as Itumbi would want to put it. If you think I'm lying, Itumbi opened the server. They're also bringing this narrative again, reviving it, so that Raila supporters and Uhuru supporters can always can start this war, because there's been this debate that Uhuru deluded Raila Amolo Odinga and he cheated him. He never supported him to the fullest as he was supposed to do. That is debatable, and I don't want to go about, we don't want to revive it, but it would be their wish that Azimio collapses. This is about trying to disintegrate Azimio into pieces, because they are also scared that should Raila claim the seat, then they know that Kalonzo Musyoka will be very much easily sellable in Central, and they want Azimio to start speaking in different languages. And this is why they are talking this way. There is a lot of pride in it. They always want to make us feel that they're creating a job for Raila Amolo Odinga. No one is creating a job. When Raila said that he wanted to become the chairman of the AU Commission, I don't think it is William Ruto. In fact, William Ruto's relationship with the other presidents will fail Raila Amolo Odinga. Raila will get that seat because of his network and connections, and if Uhuru Kenyatta will help him to campaign. I know the policy demands that maybe the president will nominate a candidate and support him with resources, but that support will not give Raila that seat, because there are presidents who will vote against Raila just because of Ruto's pride. I've told you that William Ruto is a new kid on the block. He's behaving like the prefect because he's listening so much to Joe Biden. He has been invited for a state visit, and you know how much they love him because they're using him as a puppet. So the pride that comes with it, that they want to create a job for Raila, is neither here nor there. Dennis Itumbi does not want to accept that there might be a working formula between these two leaders because of the fear of the unknown. They know that there are people who will be victims, especially those who have been thriving by maligning Raila. Anytime they get an opportunity to talk to the people, they lack something serious to tell their people. They'll be talking ill of Raila so that they are seen to be working, especially from central Kenya. People like Kimani Ichung'wah, Ndindi Nyoro, and Rigathi Gachagua. Whenever they get a platform, they talk about Raila. In fact, I remember when they used to say Raila wants a handshake. Now they know that if there is any working formula, just what happened in between Raila and Uhuru Kenyatta, those who used to insult Raila found themselves in the periphery, because politics is very dynamic. And so they are living in denial that these people might have talked about something that they don't understand. It is also happening even in the Azimio. And the fear of the unknown, if Raila would be working with William Ruto, they fear that maybe Rigathi Gachagua can be thrown to the periphery. But I don't think this is really a reality. The reality is they are haunted because they've been insulting Raila, so they feel that they will have nothing to say. That is the reality that is disturbing them. It shows the mischief, because William Ruto as a president should go and support with the resources as the policy demands. But they must not come back and tell us that they're creating a job. Which job are they creating? They want this kind of political mileage to run around with it. That without William Ruto, Raila cannot be, Raila, Ruto defeated the dynasties, now he's creating a job for the dynasty. That mischief, because whoever is coming for justice must come with clean hands. But as you can see, these people are, over engrossed and overwhelmed by this pride, so that whenever they will be walking, you will see them saying, ule jamaa tumempatia kazi. And this is not the reality. What do you think about Itumbi Tweet? And do you think it carries the reflection, it reflects the thoughts and feelings and attitude of most of the Kenya Kwanza team? And what message do you have for him?